What's going on, folks? Back again. And you know what? We're going to talk about something special. We're at the end, the tail end of the second domain of the AIP, that practitioner certification. Understand cost trade offs of generative AI services. For example, responsiveness, availability, redundancy. I'll let you read the rest of that. But what we want to do is we want to jump right into an article. Coach Charisma showed me this article. Coach told me she was working late last night and saw something that popped up, and I was like, "Whoa, that's cool! Thanks for upping me on game on that. Right? Thanks for showing me that." And I'll just jump right over to it, Coach. How do you feel about this article, first of all?
Yeah, it's one of those things that just gave me goosebumps, right? It resonated with me in the sense of where I tend to think about things and how it aligns to what the long game or the strategic vision of AWS and Amazon, to be quite frank, of where we're all excited, right, with the momentum and riding the wave of AI. But what's the long game? What's the real strategy? And in this article, Matt talks about just what that long game is, right? Of Amazon Web Services. And what I loved about this is some of the fundamental pillars that are still there. Right. As I like to say, AI is just the vehicle to our end goal, right? Just like any other disruptive technology, just like tapes did to CDs and CDs did with MP3s and we're all in someone's cloud now in the way that we stream music, stream videos, listen to audiobooks. And where I'm going with this is cost optimization, security is at the forefront, operational excellence is at the forefront, and helping our customers, whether they're small business, startups, large enterprise businesses, understand their data to take advantage of AI. And that fundamentally is the biggest factor for us. And career-wise, I'll just honestly say it makes perfect sense. Where we think about whether it's data engineering, whether it's data analyst, whether it's a data custodian, whether it's cybersecurity professionals, it's the data that we're always looking to protect. And it's the data that we're always looking to understand the business so that we can take advantage of that and make proper decisions. And I use the word proper, right? Make decisions quickly and in the most cost-effective way to the benefit of our customers. So that's a long way of saying I loved it, right?
Yeah. No, it all makes sense and it resonated with me from tapes to CDs. I remember popping in a tape and having to rewind it with my finger before I put it in and everything like that. And look at us now, we're just hitting our little application. And so it just goes back to the point that this new trend of AI is really making us a lot more efficient, which I absolutely love. Absolutely. And so I know that there was a section here that did consider priorities. And I really do like that. And let's learn a little bit about the priorities when you consider AWS and the future of AI with AWS. And so here is a section in the article that we want you to go for, read through it. And it aligns to a lot of what Coach Charisma had to say about this, right? And I think the whole grand goal of enterprise companies when they're dealing with anything that is new in technology that makes us more efficient is return on investment. Right. If I can see a larger return based on what we're doing, then I'm going to go for that. So I'm seeing this tech industry, giants in this tech industry really utilize AI. And sometimes we do see that as a push and pull when it comes to, hey, how many employees do I have versus how I can be more efficient? And so you got to consider that push and pull with a lot of different opportunities, a lot of different choices that you can make. And we're actually going to look at that in just a moment. But Coach, I was wondering if you had any more to say when you consider the priorities for 2025 here.
Yeah, I'll just emphasize there's two lines here, right? The very first that says, hey, our first priority is always to maintain outstanding security and operational excellence. That's fundamental. That's the pillar there. The other part about this is where if we scroll like towards the middle or so, where we talk about return on investment is certainly part of it, but where we focus on helping our customers modernize their data and really diving into their analytics stacks, their big data, their data lakes, their data warehouse, but how we're able to help them in linking that back into the cloud and organizing that data to really start to take advantage of AI. And again, it's just a fundamental building block to me of where we think about things like, we'll talk about RAG in a minute. We'll talk about some of the cost optimization factors. We'll talk about how one of my favorite tools, one of my favorite services, Amazon Q, right? Amazon Q for business. I change every week. But with that in mind is how we can simplify what we want our models to retrieve for us and do it in a most cost effective and cost efficient way. And where we can tune and be as scripted as we possibly can. I don't want to say, I'm going to use the word predictive in the sense of how these models respond back to us.
Some predictability.
Exactly. And so whether we think about healthcare or finance, we want that prescriptive method in the way that it's important, right? If we're building out or helping our customers build out an insurance application or a healthcare application, we want that data to be relevant and specific to that industry, to that customer, to that line of business. And so this is again where we think about the prioritization of where AWS is leading that charge. And I couldn't say anything more without saying security, right?
Absolutely.
Fundamentally, security is by the guardrails that are built within Amazon Bedrock specifically to help our customers be prescriptive in a way, be secure, safeguard their data, ensure that hallucinations, as we've talked about before, is not running rampant. And just a lot of that comes back fundamental to the people, the processes, and the technology.
Absolutely.
Those are pillars across pretty much every industry, every sector, small and large enterprises that just fundamentally don't go away. It's the technology and how we're using that really makes a difference.
Absolutely, Coach. And you know what? That hits it right on the nail. Let's find a way to position ourselves to where we might be spending a little less money based on whatever process that we have. And there might be opportunities for us to spend more money, but the return on investment should be the biggest impact.